Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I still can't believe the crap that Donald Trump is getting for being taken to the bunker the other night. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, where people are making a joke out of or criticizing the president because the Secret Service was trying to protect him. When has that ever happened before? A, the Secret Service makes that call, not the president. And B, things were ugly outside the White House. The report initially was that 50 Secret Service agents were injured by bottles and Molotov cocktails. Now, that's been revised to more like 14. But still, 14 Secret Service agents? When has that ever happened before? And he wasn't supposed to go anywhere? He wasn't supposed to be taken to a bunker? Now he's saying, I was just there to inspect it. Why didn't they say that in the first place?
Wait.
Yeah, we just went down there. I just went down there to inspect it. That's all I was doing.
That's an odd time to schedule the inspection.
Yeah, it kind of is.
What?
Kind of is. And especially days after, he's getting pummeled for having been taken down there. Yeah, I was just there to inspect it, so.
A little dusty down here.
Okay. Pat Gray Unleashed, by the way, is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Why haven't you gotten a VPN yet? Visit expressvpn.com/unleashed. Get your stuff protected online. Then you got the photo op at the church, which is such a big deal. Hey, I don't know why. Who cares? Who cares? You'd think he'd stabbed a wheelchair-bound old woman or something, the way the press is handling that situation. Okay, he walked across the street. He took a picture in front of the St. John's Church. Well, yeah, but they tear-gassed people, families, children. Yeah, I'm sure there were a lot of family picnics going on in the street that day where they were, I'm sure, just, enjoying a quiet family outing.
Sure.
I'm sure that's true.
Nation's capital, man.
Yeah.
You're going to hang out with your family on a nice spring day.
In the middle of the street.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, kids, there's a protest.
Huh.
Huh.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. There was a girl in Seattle, a little kid, had tear gas in her eyes.
Oof.
I mean, what are you bringing your kids to these things for?
That's madness.
Kidding me?
I think that's madness. It's just way too dangerous right now. Way too. I mean, maybe under different circumstances, you'd bring them to show, here's what, America can do when they're upset about things.
Yeah. As for the girl in Seattle or Portland or wherever it was in the godforsaken Northwest, she was in all black, by the way. She was dressed for the moment by her loving father.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
wonderful.
yeah, and I'm sure that's all that was happening in D.C. as these kids were just, they were just hanging out, right? Having a picnic, like you say. Mm-hmm. And then here comes this bully.
Yeah.
This bully president.
Yeah. What? Yes. Clearing out the area so he can go over there and just take a picture. So weird. It's just so weird. I mean, Obama did things that were reprehensible. They didn't care about any of it. They didn't care about any of it. And every move this president makes is some kind of evil, I guess. 888-900-3393.
Oh, yeah. The media bias has been just insane. I don't know if you want to do this right here, but at some point today, if you're interested, I had Rob pull some headlines from some news outlets that are very telling, because you're right. The man can do nothing right in the eyes of the press.
Yeah, let's see it.
You want to see this? Okay, so first of all, the New York Times, they have this headline that says, as chaos spread, Trump vows to, quote, end it now. Well, the New York Times then gets flack from all their liberal audience, and so they quickly change the headline to read, Trump threatens to send troops into states.
My gosh.
So there's that. Now, the Washington Post didn't need any prodding for their headline to be sympathetic to the protesters. Tear gas used to clear peaceful crowd ahead of Trump's walk to church. And then I love NBC News, their fun headline the other day, peaceful protests again descend into violent clashes after Trump vows to send in military. Well, I guess
so it's his fault.
Yeah,
it's his fault.
Of course, on the timeline, yes, I guess that's accurate. But stop trying to make it sound like they were just out having fun and kumbaya and being peaceful. And then Trump said, "Oh, I'm sending in the military." Now they started rioting. Shut up.
Well, they turned it from a family event into something tawdry, is what Trump did. That's what he did.
By threatening. Yep.
Trump. Trump. If only no Trump.
Yeah, if
only.
If no Trump.
If no Trump, everything would be beautiful again. You know? If not for Trump, it could be wonderful. We could live again.
Yeah.
We could have fun again.
Mm-hmm.
Trump.
But since Trump, we got to throw chairs and bricks through windows.
Yeah, but all of that's fine, which is fascinating now, too. All of that's fine. We'll get into that coming up in a few minutes. I have never seen anything like this. This is the first I've ever seen in my life where people are saying that the looting is fine. The looting's okay. It's not violence. It's I guess it's an acceptable form. They've got nothing else they can do. What a racist, ugly thing to say about people. What do you mean they've got nothing else to do but loot and riot? Okay, there's no other alternative for people? Shut up. Madness. It's a madhouse. Mm-hmm. A madhouse. Right? Right?
Yes.
Could it be any weirder if apes were riding horseback and rounding us up and putting us in jail?
No, I think that's July. I think that's July.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the second wave.
Yeah, that's the marker that we get in July.
Apes start riding horseback, rounding up humans and putting them in jail.
Yeah, so we got to wait on that. We're still the crab people are June. You know, they're the headlines for this month. So we haven't even gotten to that yet. Crab people emerging from the earth to eat us. Which at this point,
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
And
I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't mind either. I think.
I know. Yeah,
I think I'd be good with that at this
point.
About
right. Pathead Jersey Joe Tobin tweeted this out. Stu, his wife, Lisa, and Keith were all busted earlier this week while on vacation.
Yeah, see, there we are looting, as you can see. In fact, that vehicle on fire, I can tell you firsthand that Canadian sports celebrity Stu Burgier set that on fire. He set that fire? He sure did.
Wow.
He sure. I sat there and watched. And you can see I'm wearing a Vancouver Canucks jersey, which I wouldn't be caught dead in, except for the protest. It's like someone said it was like a costume. You know, it was like a disguise, so that you wouldn't know it was me. No self-respecting Edmonton Oilers fan is going to be wearing a Vancouver Canucks jersey.
And what's Stu wearing?
He's wearing Baja shorts and sandals.
And the T-shirt. What does this T-shirt say?
I don't know.
Can't tell.
What does it say?
I can't tell.
I don't know, some surfer company there? Because, you know, he's a big surfer, too.
Oh, huge.
Right.
Huge.
I mean, that's...
Well, that's where he is right now. I'm filling in for him on Glenn's show, and he's surfing.
Well, yeah, after getting tuckered out doing the rioting, now he's going to go chill at the beach.
Yeah. Alexandria Go tweets, churchgoers just need to identify as looters. Problem solved. You're welcome. Yeah, then it's fine to go out and go to church. Yeah, we're just looting this place. Oh, okay. Why didn't you say so?
Carry on.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you, by the way. Thank you.
And by the way, afterward, we're going to be in the park picnicking. Oh, no, that's a different group. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. 2020 is the year that just keeps on giving, man.
Sure does.
Oh, by the way, full moon tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So that'll
help.
That'll help everything, right?
Chris Martin Palmer, used to be an NBA reporter, I guess.
I guess so.
Started tweeting when this began earlier this week. Burn that S down. Burn it all down. And he had a picture. Well, he had that picture.
That is that sad housing development.
Yeah,
for poor people.
$30 million housing project. Burn it all down?
190 families. Burn their domiciles down. Okay.
Why? Okay, so that's very strange. Then things turned around on him a little bit.
So that was May 28th, and then on May 31st, what happened?
3 days later, he tweets this. They just attacked our sister community down the street.
What?
It's a gated community, and they tried to climb the gates. They had to beat them back. Then destroyed a Starbucks and are now in front of my building. Get these animals the F out of my neighborhood. Go back to where you live.
Oh, wow.
I see.
Wow.
So they can burn down their neighborhood. They can burn down their area.
Correct.
But don't you dare come to Chris Palmer's neighborhood.
Wow.
That's absolutely amazing.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Wow.
Such hypocrisy.
Unreal.
I just can't stand it. This is madness, man. Anyway.
First of all, why would you be in favor of burning a housing complex down? Why? Why would you encourage that? And why would anybody encourage these black businesses to be destroyed in whatever neighborhood? And then when they threaten to go out to the suburbs, you're fine with that too. That's great too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go kill the white people out in the suburbs, or burn down their homes at least. And set fire to their cars. And then, as we found out, you might not want to do that because a lot of those people have guns and are loading them right now.
Yep.
I mean, I've heard rumor that people in my area, like very, very close to my house, very close to my house,
Wow.
have loaded every magazine they have in their home for the AR-15 and for their Glock 9mm.
This is oddly specific.
The magazines are all loaded up and ready to go, and the weapons have been positioned throughout the house in case anybody comes.
I was just about to ask you. Are they positioned
I mean,
strategically?
that's what I've heard.
You've heard it. Really close to your house.
Really, like, ultra close to where I live and sleep. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like right there.
Wow.
I'd say it's within a few meters, but of course, there's no way to judge how far that is.
No.
That could be 1 meter, could be 130 miles, could be 5,000 miles, or it could be 10 feet. I don't know.
What it sounds
There's no
like,
way to tell.
and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like somebody really, really close to where you live spent this past weekend at the lake checking the bottom of it for some weapons.
Yes, did some deep lake diving. It does sound like that, doesn't it?
Sure does.
And maybe found the weapons that they had gotten rid of
Yeah,
because they didn't want them anymore. And then decided, wait, okay, maybe they'll come in handy right now, and maybe people should know that they have weapons in that house.
How can you be a law-abiding citizen right now, watching the images on TV, watching 100 and what are we up to, 140, 160 cities burned to one degree or another, and watch businesses, lives ruined, life savings totally just erased? How can you look at these images and not be pro-Second Amendment? How are you not in line at your local gun store right now?
Especially since the police aren't going to be there.
Nope.
They're not going to. They've shown you that.
Nope.
They've shown you they're not coming to the looting. They're not invited, I guess, to that party. And so most of the time, they haven't shown up. Now they're starting to. But are they going to show up in your neighborhood in time to save your house?
Besides,
your family?
Depending what city you are, they're told to stand down. They're not doing anything when they get there. They stand there. I mean, what?
Right.
They're not going to help you. They're not going to be proactive.
Yeah, that doesn't help. So you've got to protect you and yours. And I'm going to. So.
And so is that person that was really, really
that
close
person
to
who's
you.
loaded all their magazines now. And I guess they've got quite a few.
Huh.
And then you just, put it right into the magazine slot there in the AR-15, I understand. Huh. And you're kind of ready to start firing at looters if they're coming to threaten you. I mean, nobody wants to do that. Who wants to do that? I would never want to shoot another human being.
Not in a million years.
Never want to do that.
No, but if
it's the last thing in the world I want to do.
If I have to, I respect.
But if I have to, you bet.
And I respectfully ask that you bleed out in the driveway, not in the house.
Oh, yeah, I don't want that stuff on the carpeting.
Hell no.
I
mean, seriously. I'll scrub the sidewalk out front.
Although I will say, with Genesis 950, probably get the blood right out.
There it is.
So
we don't want to do a product test, so back off.
No, we don't want to test that. That's an ugly test. But yeah, and so many people are ready that way. So many people are prepared. They're hearing the threats and they're preparing themselves for just in case. Because I'm not going to be caught unaware at midnight or something when people are starting to yell and scream and throw garbage cans through people's windows. I'm not gonna be caught like, oh no, I didn't see this coming. No, they told you it's coming.
Right. This isn't a last minute go out and get toilet paper. Oh, it's too late.
Right.
It's prepare now.
Yep.
And these protests are moving further and further out to the suburbs, and where the legitimate
on purpose,
and where the legitimate protests are, Antifa is soon to follow.
And that's one of the things everybody said at the beginning. You're burning down your own community, and they thought, that's right. Let's go and burn down somebody else's community. Well, that's not really what I meant. I meant don't burn down anybody's community. Okay, not yours, and certainly not mine. Don't do that. Let's find another way to do this, because we're all on the same page, if you remember correctly. There's not a one of us who says, yeah, he did the right thing. That cop up in Minneapolis, he did the right thing. No one is saying that. Nobody. Literally, I've not heard anybody defend the guy. And by the way, he's been charged with, his charge has been upgraded to second-degree murder now. And the other 3 cops, all charged.
And not that it's going to change Antifa's goals, but yesterday the attorney for George Floyd's family even said, this is not what George Floyd would want. We have that video. We can play it later.
Said that multiple times,
right,
too.
Right. It's
yeah, they've been really great about it. Mm-hmm. The brother has been, really adamant. Look, George would not want this. Would kill him. I mean, that's already happened, obviously. But he said that he would hate this. He would absolutely hate this. He's a peaceful guy. He wouldn't have wanted this. And I really hate what it looks like there is a movement to kind of smear him a little bit because he was on fentanyl or something. I mean, I don't care if he was on fentanyl. So what?
I don't care what he was on.
That doesn't change it one iota.
If you are laying on the ground handcuffed, it never excuses having a knee in your throat for 8.5 minutes.
Right.
Stop.
What it might have done is made it even more difficult for him to breathe, because that slows down your breathing.
Oh, I see.
Your breathing anyway.
Gotcha.
But if you're trying to make that out like, okay, well, he just would have died anyway, that's just not the case.
Nope.
You don't lean on that guy's throat for 10 minutes or whatever it was. You just don't do that. No. As many police officers have said, no police department trains you to do that. They're not trained to put their knee in somebody's neck.
And this guy, this cop, he was had 17 complaints against him, right? And different levels of severity. Yeah. We don't know all of them, but he has had violent
problems before.
Yeah, but we don't know all the details of all of those. But it's like he averaged 1 a year during his career.
Wow.
Complaints. And that's a little high. And, the city of Minneapolis, boy, this they're going to be paying for this for a long time.
And look how casual he was. He had his hand in his pocket while he was doing this to him.
Right, and he's looking around like he's crowing about it or something. I don't know. It's so
weird,
so evil, it's
really
so
bad.
Bizarre.
888-900-3393 with your thoughts. And at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Health and safety is on the top of all of our minds right now. No matter what happens, you want to make sure your loved ones are protected. That's why LegalZoom continues to provide a reliable way for everybody to set up the right estate plan without leaving your home. Now, if you leave this to the last minute and then something happens and you never get to it, then it's a mess. Then the state intervenes. And people wind up with, your stuff that you don't intend for them to wind up with. Don't let that happen to you. Make sure that you've got a living will. Make sure you've got a living trust. A last will and testament, a living trust, maybe an advanced health care directive, power of attorney. All of those things can be handled through LegalZoom. LegalZoom isn't a law firm, so you don't have to worry about expensive billable hours adding up. Take an important step for your family today. Go to LegalZoom.com to get started on a last will, a living trust, or any number of things. Make sure you enter the code UNLEASHED at checkout for special savings. LegalZoom.com, offer code UNLEASHED. LegalZoom, where life meets legal.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Black Lives Matter leader has declared war on police.
Oh, good. This will help. This is going to help. Good.
Hawk Newsom, chairman of Black Lives Matter Greater New York chapter, says the black rights group is mobilizing its base The activist said BLM aims to develop a highly trained military arm to challenge police brutality head-on in the wake of George Floyd's death in Minneapolis. It's our obligation, it's our duty to provide people with a way forward. We want the immediate end of government-sanctioned murder by the police. Yeah, you see, when they're being brought to justice, that means the government doesn't sanction it. It's not government sanctioned. They're prosecuting the guy. He was not taught to act this way. They're pissed off that he acted that way, and he's going to pay the price.
Yeah, and the other 3 guys are going to be in court today. I mean, the wheels of justice are turning here.
And turn it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We prepare to stop these murders by any means necessary. We are preparing and training our people to defend communities. BLM will have peace officers patrol black communities to challenge law enforcement and stop police brutality.
This ends well.
Yeah, it's a lot like, I don't know, the Black Panther Party.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. And those guys are
we know that
level-headed and calm and
oh, yeah.
peace
Wonderful.
officers, if you will.
Just wonderful, wonderful people. I'm looking for...
So wonderful. Look under Cracker Babies.
Oh, that's what it is.
Is it really?
Yeah, that is what it is. Yeah, here's just a little sampling of the Black Panthers and how wonderful a group they are.
You want freedom? You're going to have to kill some crackers. You're going to have to kill some of their babies.
Oh, man, you don't want to kill... Well, they do want to kill some of day babies. Mm-hmm. I don't know about the night babies, but day babies, they want to kill them.
Well, I was born at night, so I'm safe.
Were you?
Yep.
I think I was born at like 4 in the afternoon, so I'm not sure if that qualifies as day babies. I guess so, right? It's afternoon, so that's
I was
daytime.
born at 10:52 p.m.
I'm a
Eastern
day
time.
baby.
I remember checking my watch. Came out of that womb, I was just like, yep, mark, 10:52.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were born yesterday, but it was late in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a youngin'.
Yeah. Got a tweet that has a question for the rioters.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which George are they rioting for?
Aha.
Are they rioting for George Floyd or George Soros?
Boy, his fingerprints are all over this.
It's a really good question, isn't it? It's and of course they'll deny. Oh, that conspiracy theory about that wonderful old man, that grandfather.
Are you anti-Semitic? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's what you're hearing.
So you think George Soros
he's Jewish.
is destroying America.
Uh-huh.
And you think that
and
because
so you think all Jews
hate
are destroying
wow,
America.
That's what I heard. Wow.
Another example of racism, by the way. What does that have to do with anything?
I have no idea.
When George Soros is being talked about and criticized, it's got nothing to do with him being Jewish.
Yeah, you notice it's a uber rich guy that the left has no problem with. So that's probably they're sitting around. It's like, okay, how can we?
And a billionaire, which you're not supposed to have those.
Uh-huh.
They're evil, inherently evil. Not George Soros.
No. So how can we spin this, y'all? Let's see. He's a rich guy. He's a white guy. Let's see. Wait, has he got a Jewish background somewhere in his? That's what we're going with. Call them anti-Semites when they speak out on this guy, George Soros. Seriously, they just went through the checklist and they got down to like number 10. They're like, let's try this one.
Right, because he's white, he's old, he's a billionaire. It's hard to defend the guy.
Uh-huh.
Wait, he's Jewish.
Yeah,
There we go.
Somewhere in his past.
They're anti-Semites if they say anything about him.
I like it. Let's see if it sticks.
And it kind of does.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of does.
I'm glad I came back.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time while you were gone those 3 days?
Yeah. Was it?
Noticed you gained a lot of water weight.
Yeah.
You were looking a little bloated
Thanks.
the last 3 days. And
Yeah. It was like a slow news week while I was gone, right? Like it was not much going on in the nation.
Nothing going on.
So I didn't miss anything.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. We do have the video of a black woman explaining to a white woman, I love this, why Black Lives Matter is a joke.
Here we go.
Check this out.
My point was that black kids in Chicago get killed every single day. Where is the Black Lives Matter in Chicago? Where are they? When black people kill black people, they don't come out and do this crap. The only time they do this crap is when a white person touches them. They're the racist.
Wow.
They are the racist. Because white cops, it's wrong for a white cop to kill a black person, that's for sure. But if it matters, it should matter at all times.
So what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? You're not here to fight injustice. You're here to cause drama.
Will be stop violence. It's not about blacks.
In a unicorn world. That's not a unicorn world.
Period.
Okay, since you're so...
You guys are saying blacks are oppressed. I am black. I'm not oppressed. I am free.
That's good for you. That's an individual person. What about a systemic issue?
Where? I am black. I've always wanted to be. I have I do what I want. You have the skills. This is a country where you have the skills. You want to do what you want. You do it. Stop forcing on people to accept that they're oppressed. They are not. I am not oppressed. I am black. Stop making people accept that they're oppressed. You're forcing a rhetoric into your minds, which is not true. That's my point. Okay. Violence is wrong, period. It's not about blacks. You agree that whites kill whites too, right? Have you seen any white person coming out and saying white life matter or white thing? No, violence is wrong.
They literally do all the time. Every time there's a Black Lives Matter protest, a white person...
It's not a black problem. It's a violence problem. The blacks kill blacks in black neighborhoods every single day. I've never seen a Black Lives Matter in those neighborhoods. Never. Never. You know what they say? When a black person kill a black in a black neighborhood, they come out and they say, when the police comes, do you know what they tell the police? Snitches get stitches.
I know that. Okay.
Snitches get stitches. But if a white person kill a black person, Black Lives Matter. Stop the hypocrisy. Nobody takes this seriously. Nobody.
Wow.
If it matters, it should matter in black neighborhoods. You start cleaning at home.
So why don't you go?
You
Why don't
start
you
the
start?
things at home.
Why don't you start?
I'm not carrying anything saying Black Lives Matter. I know I matter.
Why don't you start?
You guys are wasting everybody's time. Okay?
Since you're so
Black
enlightened about
black
this.
more
And
than
she's still
any
trying to-
race. Where's the Black Lives Matter?
People kill in their community.
Where's the Black Lives Matter? I am free.
She's still trying to
Don't
white
try make
explain
me
to her.
fuck
You've
up.
lost. Sorry.
Yeah, she's still trying to white explain.
The white lady's just got nothing.
I got chills.
Nothing. Wasn't that great?
Is phenomenal.
Powerful.
That's phenomenal. And you got this white liberal, again, who doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And the black woman is making so much sense. She's got nothing to say except, why did you complain about that too? Why did you do that? Shut up. God, man.
Yeah.
Stop trying to white-splain to black people about why they should be pissed off about racism.
Right.
When they're not.
Yeah, see, you're just too dumb enough. You're not smart enough to know that you're being oppressed.
That's what she's trying to tell her.
Exactly what she's saying.
Essentially what she's saying. It's despicable. It's despicable. Put your mask back on and go home into quarantine, you idiot.
And stay there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, great point, too, because, black lives do matter. And nobody does say, well, white lives matter. They do say all lives matter, because you can't possibly say white lives matter. That would be the most racist thing you could utter. Even all lives matter is a racist.
All Lives Matter got
it's a racist
NBA
statement.
announcer fired a few days ago, too. Sacramento Kings guy.
Oh, it did?
Sure did. And
I
somebody
missed that.
else, too, said all lives matter, and that didn't go over so well. So, yeah, all lives don't matter. And
wow.
Let's see. Anyway, I forgot where this was, but there's been a nice thread starting up out there where, if Black Lives Matter, then let's talk to Planned Parenthood about their termination of black babies.
16 million of them since 1973. 16 million.
Okay, so Black Lives Matter at age what?
46, I guess?
46. So 46 and above, those Black Lives Matter.
It's despicable.
Yep.
The hypocrisy is absolutely despicable. 888-900-3393. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Remember this quote?
And Barack knows that we are going to have to make sacrifices. We are going to have to change our conversation. We're going to have to change our traditions, our history. We're going to have to move into a different place.
So They've pretty well successfully done all that. They've changed our language. They've changed our culture. They've changed our history. They've moved us into a new place. Here we are. And in case anybody doubts that, I mean, let's just take a minute and review what is and has been going on. The left has accomplished quite a list of remaking our society. They've convinced millions of people that being successful and wealthy is not just wrong, it's evil. Billionaires are evil. They have convinced millions of people that babies in the womb aren't human. There are 97 genders instead of the basic 2. Your personal pronouns can be they, them, theirs. Yeah, just ignore what they, them, and theirs really mean or used to mean. Don't worry about the fact that they're plural. Being gay isn't just acceptable. It's preferable now. It's a superior way of life. You can identify as anything you want. If you're white, you can identify as black. And darn it, you're black then. If you're male, you can identify to everyone that nope, you're actually female. And you're so female that you can actually compete against biological females in sports. Your genitalia has absolutely nothing to do with your gender. Just because you have a man unit in your pants, that doesn't mean you're a man. You could easily be a woman if you identify as one. If a man tells a woman she's beautiful or looks nice, even innocently, not try to do anything, you lose your job. You can lose your livelihood. And riots, I love this one. Riots and looting aren't even wrong now. Not only should we not be angry about looting and anarchy in our streets, we shouldn't even bring it up. Why are you even talking about it? Listen to the Seattle councilwoman. We played this yesterday. Listen to her again on what looting is all about.
What I don't want to hear is for our constituents to be told to be civil, not to be reactionary.
You don't want to hear
to be told that looting doesn't solve anything.
Because it does?
And, it does make me wonder and ask the question why looting bothers people so much more than knowing that across the country, black men and women are dying every day.
Unreal.
And far too often at the hands of those who are sworn to protect and serve.
Hey, moron. No one said it bothers them more. Nobody has said that. Everyone is equally bothered together by what happened to George Floyd. We are all incensed over that.
Wow.
But the resulting looting doesn't make any sense. And yes, we're pissed about that too. It's not on the same level. It's just continuing to happen where the George Floyd thing already did. We're just trying to get people to stop burning down other people's homes and businesses and automobiles and stop shooting people in the streets over a television set. That's amazing. Where did this come from? It's the first time I've ever seen this in my life.
Wow,
where people are trying to justify looting.
That was a Seattle city councilwoman?
Yeah.
Why did I not take the full week off?
I know.
I don't understand. Yeah.
Then we had that other woman. What's her name? Nicole Hannah Jones or something, talking about property, destroying people's property and all this looting. It's not violence. Listen to this.
Nicole, as we've been watching the coverage of the protests across the country, we are seeing peaceful protesters, and then we're also seeing destruction, arson, looting. There is a bit of a raging debate, I think, in this country about how you express dissent and what is the appropriate or inappropriate way to express dissent. The former President Barack Obama has said, that essentially there's no excuse for any forms of violence, in a statement condemning these acts of violence. I want you, because one of the things you offer is a full perspective and context Most importantly, context. When we look at people rioting and looting, and no doubt some of the victims of the looting are going to be businesses that are African-American businesses, how are we to interpret what we see there? The president called people thugs. What is it that we're looking at? And maybe it's not just one thing.
I think
Pause it for a second.
We need to be really.
By the way, that was the longest question ever asked in the history of mankind.
I think Glenn Beck's record has been broken.
Yeah, it has.
Shattered, in fact.
Yes. She obliterated Glenn's record. All right, let's listen to this nonsense.
I think, we need to be really careful with our language.
Do we?
Yes, it is disturbing to see property being destroyed. It is disturbing to see people taking property from stores. But these are things.
These are things, yeah, right.
Violence is when an agent of the state kneels on a man's neck until all of the life is leached out of his body.
Also,
destroying property which can be replaced is not violence. And to put those things, to use the exact same language to describe those two things, I think really it's not moral to do that.
Okay,
so,
I can't take it.
I think
enough. She's also the same person, by the way. This Pulitzer Prize winning person that is now telling everybody that America was founded in 1619 when the first slave ship pulled into port. So that's the foundation of America to her. And by the way, looting and destruction of property is not violence, just so you know. Okay? Then you've got, in the mainstream media, CNN, you got Chris Cuomo the other night talking about looting. And listen to this.
Now, too many see the protests as the problem. No, the problem is what forced your fellow citizens to take to the streets. Persistent and poisonous inequities and injustice. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Are you kidding me? If Brett Baer had asked that question on Fox News during the Tea Party rallies, show me where it says they have to be peaceful and polite. Show me where it says that. Can you imagine the outrage that would have come down on he'd probably be out of a job. He'd probably be fired. If Sean Hannity said it, that's all they would talk about for days, weeks, years. I cannot believe that Chris Cuomo, Fredo, is making it okay that people are smashing windows, setting fires. All of that's fine because they don't have to be polite. Wow,
we are officially.
Isn't it amazing?
Out of words to describe this country.
Yeah, we are. Yes,
and
we are.
Where we're at as a nation.
We've entered the twilight zone.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
It is. I mean, and if you oppose any of what we just heard, you're a despicable racist. You're sexist. You're a homophobe. You're a xenophobe. You're a transphobe.
How about David Dorn, the 77-year-old retired police chief, who was murdered over a television in front of his friend's pawn shop in St. Louis? Mm-hmm. Are they cool with that violence? I mean,
show me where it said those people had to be polite to him.
Right. Okay.
They weren't polite to him. Show me where it says that. Show me.
Dave Underwood was in Oakland. He's a black man as well.
Yeah.
Just like Dave Dorn was.
Uh-huh.
He was killed during these riots. So they're cool with these deaths?
Well, they weren't polite,
maybe, but I thought Black Lives Matter. So, except for when you're rioting?
Well, they matter when a white person kills them. Did a white person kill him?
I got it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in this environment, can you doubt that raging mobs could start dragging wealthy people out of their vehicles in traffic or their offices, their businesses, or their homes and just beat them to death in the streets? Is there any doubt that this could happen? And by the way, this is what Maxine Waters and Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Nancy Pelosi, this is what all of them have fostered and encouraged. And they keep pointing the finger at Donald Trump for having fired people up. Nowhere near. He hasn't done anything compared to Maxine Waters and Bernie Sanders in firing people up, in class warfare, in making people this angry that they think it's okay to go out and loot businesses and beat people in the streets or shoot them dead over a television set because they were trying to stop you from taking it. There are no words. Yeah, we're out of words in the English language now.
Just a friendly reminder: the year 2020 still less than half over.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, we're in the 6th month though. This is month 6.
So when June is over, we'll be at the halfway point. Mm-hmm. We've only just begun this month, man. Oh my goodness.
Whew. Plus, it gets no better in 2021. You know.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we're right.
Downhill
Yeah,
from here.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse. Let's face it.
All right, let me tell you about inflammation. At least there's something you can do about that. You can take Omega XL, and the great thing about it is there's no fishy aftertaste that you have to worry about all day long, and it's a natural. It's all natural, and so it's not going to damage your kidneys and your liver like the NSAIDs do. The non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that you can take over the counter like Motrin, those kinds of things. And sometimes those don't even work. Omega XL does. It goes right to the inflammation and calms it down. It's backed by 30 years of research. Right now, staying healthy, it's on all of our minds. So here's another reason to take Omega XL. Research shows Omega XL can help promote a healthy immune response to strengthen your immune system. So let me give you a special offer to get you started. When you buy one bottle, you'll get a second bottle free if you order right now. Go to omegaxl.com/Pat for more information. omegaxl.com/Pat or call 800-844-4888 or just stop by omegaxl.com/Pat.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
All right, well, here's a teeny bit of good news.
Yeah, cool.
The NBA's been scheduled down. They're going to finish their season. So I guess it's a little bit of good news.
That's pretty cool, right?
It is cool, yeah.
22 teams making the playoffs?
22 teams.
All right. Out of 31 or whatever?
13 from the Western Conference, I think, and 9 from the Eastern Conference.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I think they're going with only the teams that have a certain winning percentage or number of wins or whatever, because they're going to play 8 more regular season games or something for seeding purposes.
Oh, so if you're the Hawks,
probably not going.
Not even playing in.
I don't think you're even playing in
the regular season. Round robin.
I haven't followed the Hawks season, but I imagine it hasn't gone well.
You would be correct.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they will not be included.
Oh, that stinks.
They will not be included. Mm-hmm. Sad but true.
Are Utah Jazz in it?
Sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Are they good?
Yeah.
I do not watch.
They're doing pretty well this year.
Okay.
So they're all going to play in the same venue at Disney World.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
it's going to be the Disney World thing.
Nice.
And it did you mention it starts July 31st?
31st? Yeah.
July 31st.
How great is that?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Things are starting to happen. We got the college football, basketball, both men's and women's basketball and football back in their training facilities in FBS schools.
Okay.
That happened on Monday. So that's a really good sign.
Yeah, it is.
And we've got NBA finishing up the season.
And I know you're a big hockey fan.
Oh.
And so Gary Bettman, of course, announced last week, that's the commissioner of the NHL, how they were going to do the 2 city hubs, which, by the way, if you are a city located within the borders of the United States, you're probably out of the running now. So like a place like Edmonton, let's get as far away from civilization as we can, will probably be one of the host cities, but they're going to have, East and West compete in a similar fashion to what the NBA is doing.
And that's been decided now?
Yeah, and they don't have a start date yet.
Oh.
But they're going to get back into camp and all that good stuff, and it looks
I like it.
Sometime in July that'll come around. So everything's progressing, right? We got and
baseball.
Wait.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
No, it is not.
MLB rejected the 114 game schedule. They threatened a plan of about 50 games. It's just not going to happen.
So
I don't think it's going to happen.
So we started at 81 games, and then it was
the players proposed 114,
right,
with no additional salary cuts. And
the owner said, how about a 50-game season? Would you like that?
Or fewer. Yeah. So.
I mean, have you ever seen a more... Every time there's a dispute in pro sports, the most tone-deaf of all of the major sports is baseball.
Every time.
At a time like this?
Yeah, every time.
You're doing this for us?
It almost ruined them in 94.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
The attendance tanked after that.
Yep.
That was bad.
It was, and you know what brought it back was the battle between McGuire and Sosa.
Right, late 90s? The steroid home run?
97 or whatever that was, 96, 97. That's what brought baseball back.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to have one of those now because not everybody's on roids anymore. So you're not getting that.
But, I mean, you talk about a stupid sport. I mean, baseball, Major League Baseball is the Libertarian Party of 2016. Like, you have it on a tee.
Yeah.
Pun not intended, but let's go with it. It's right there for you to bring us back together. Oh, I need more money. I need more, please.
Their plan included a sliding scale of pay decreases that would leave players at the $563,500 minimum, with 47% of their original salaries. Okay, so they start at $563.
Yeah.
Then they get 47% of their original salary.
Yeah. So, in other words, there's a whole bunch of minor leaguers out there that'll play for free. Let's go. Yeah. And so then, it's back to that clause that said we got to revisit this if we're not going to have fans in the stands. Well, you're not going to have fans in the stands. Mm-hmm. And the players are like, nope, we've already agreed. The owner's like, yep, we had that ambiguous phrasing in the first contract. Who cares who's right? Just play ball.
Yeah, they won't.
Oh, I mean, seriously.
It's not going to happen. They might as well forget it now. Might as well forget it.
I mean, we've survived a global pandemic. We're fighting our way through riots in the streets.
Yeah.
Can we have baseball, please, guys?
No, you may not. Yeah, that's fun. Isn't that great? That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Great to have you with us. 888-933-93. Also, at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Let's just not forget, the really important thing. That we're all in this new normal together during this really difficult time. And I just hope we can all keep that in mind.
Doesn't feel like we're doing much together right now.
Doesn't it?
Because
I keep hearing that we are. And we're all together.
We're all together rioting in the street.
We're in it all together and stuff. And it's, the new normal. I'm not sure I like it. I like the new normal with the looting being okay and the rioting in the streets and stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't like that normal.
No, I don't care.
I don't like it. And it's not okay to gather for church, but it is okay to gather to clean out a Foot Locker.
Yes.
You can do that. Yes. Break the window and then everybody pour in and get yours. Get your shoes, whatever kind of shoes you want. In fact, all the shoes you want.
After this, who wants to own a business or live in the city? These revitalized areas are going bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed that period because that era is over.
You would think so, wouldn't you? I mean, look at the looting that's going on. This is one of the more incredible looting adventures I think I've ever seen. When a Rolls Royce pulls up and one of the occupants of the Rolls jumps out of the vehicle, and runs into the store and loots it. Look at this. Yes, that's $350,000. The one just to the right, $350,000 Rolls Royce SUV.
Oh, why? Does it have heated seats?
I'm sure it does. Yes.
Does it have automatic door locks?
Yes, it does.
AM/FM stereo cassette player.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Yeah.
It has a cassette player? That's awesome.
I'm sure it does have.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it doesn't have a cassette player.
Oh, look at that.
So they got their shoes or their clothing items or whatever, their boots, and they're piling back into the SUVs, and let's roll, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa, look at that.
How do you show up in a Rolls Royce to loot a store?
Yeah.
What is going on there? Did you just steal the Rolls?
Sure.
Or
yeah, absolutely you did. So
I mean, that's amazing.
I'd like to point out that whoever purchased that Rolls Royce, probably worked very hard their entire life.
Yeah.
And saved up and finally got the car of their dreams. They wanted since they were a kid,
Yeah.
But they're greedy bastards for working hard for that money.
Thank you.
Okay.
I was waiting for that.
But these good people, these fine folks,
right?
They stole it.
Yeah. Well,
and drove it to go and steal other stuff.
Right.
From a store.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's not greed.
Well, yeah. They're out with their real ones. Trying to make some monies. You feel me? You feel me?
Trying to make some monies?
Yeah, they're trying to make some monies. Out there with the real ones.
Oh, here you go. Hey, buddy.
Man, period, point blank. Just like all my real ones trying to get some monies. Relation, that's it. Trying to get some love, that's it.
Just trying to get some love, that's it.
Period.
That's it. Trying
point
to get some
blank.
Love. Point blank. Point blank out with my real ones.
Yeah.
Just trying to get some monies.
The only thing missing from that clip was one of those little corner lip smacks where you're like, I'm just out here trying to get some monies. See, that's it. And then you have everything.
I don't know that I expect the lip smack from him, but
I don't know, man.
But he had. That's you can't argue with that. That was great. That's great.
Yeah.
It almost makes you think. Let him go. Just let him go home. Okay. Listen to him. He just admitted it. Just
hold on.
Uncuff him and let him go home.
If you are looting right now and you get caught, boy, you suck.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean,
no kidding.
Who's getting caught right now? People that just aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
That are really slow.
Well, his real ones left him.
Left him behind.
They left him.
They got they monies.
Yeah. And the real ones took off.
Wow.
That's not cool.
No, it's not.
I would have been pissed off at my real ones, and they wouldn't be my real ones anymore. But he apparently forgave him instantly because he's out there with his real ones, trying to get some monies. So,
seriously, if you're getting caught right now, at this point,
you're not good at looting.
You need to
not good.
Stop.
Yeah. Luton McLooterface tweets, the left's hypocrisy has gone on so long. They're now suffering from hypocrisy blindness. It's a thing. Trust me.
I bet.
I do. I trust you on that. Galt shrug. I'm sick of people with great hair having more privilege than me. Stop.
What?
Stop hashtag hairsplaining
to me. Yeah, stop hairsplaining to us.
Stop hairsplaining. All right.
I agree.
Jeffy's Looting Emporium and Snacks tweets, remember when we had a Happy New Year way back on March 3rd? Oh.
Good old days, man.
Good times.
Those
are good times.
We didn't realize we had about a week left of reality.
Right.
And
remember how innocent we were back on March 3rd?
Man,
it was a different country then. It was a different place.
Sure was.
It really was. COVID Bullet 23 tweets, the Second Amendment protecting my real ones and my monies since 1791.
Thank you.
Yeah, get off my lawn tweets, the fun part comes later. When all the Democrat hellscapes have their hands out for federal funds, we are going to pick up the tab for this looting.
Screw you.
True. That's true, though. Pilltown Posse, all lives matter, bad. Medicaid for all, good. Yes. The Pickled Squirrel, call me crazy, but I thought if Secret Service wanted you in the bunker, your sorry butt was taken to the bunker. That's exactly right. I mean, I guess in some circumstances, the president, being the president, could say, I'm not going there. I'm not going. I'm staying right here. And, if he really insisted.
Yeah, but don't forget.
But if they really insist, you're going. They pick you up and take you.
And they had the bunker inspection date and time already scheduled.
Yeah,
and
right.
So he had to make sure.
He was just inspecting it anyway, so. Yeah, it was an inspection.
It's a weird how the two things happen at the same time.
It was weird, yeah. Yeah, it was a weird time to inspect, but on the other hand, might be a good time to inspect because you're just reminded that, okay, all hell can break loose at any time. Let's go inspect the bunker.
Yeah. Oh, look how ironic.
Yeah.
There's protesters right at the gates of the White House.
Right when we were about to go inspect the bunker. Huh.
That's wild. That timing.
It's wild. Reality. That's why he gets himself into trouble. Because he'll wait 4 days and then he'll come up with something like this. It's like, dude, nobody believes that. No one believes that. Reality check. Black Lives Matter. Looting matters. Our laws no longer matter.
You're right.
From Kyle, I figured it out. Their pronouns of they, them, theirs works because they collectively share one brain and can't figure out how to use it. Yeah. All right.
Such a good time to be living in America, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How do you teach your kids right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was literally asking.
Fortunately, my kids are all adults now. We taught them what we could. They're on their own. Good luck with it.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't have anything for you now. I don't.
We're all out of lessons, y'all.
All out, man. I don't have an ounce of wisdom left. Nothing. I got nothing to say. I don't know I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Do it. I don't care. Don't do it. Yes or no, whichever one you think.
Go with your gut, because I got nothing.
It's like Yoda. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. No.
Is it yes,
yes.
or
wait? Yes. Yes. No. No. Confused am I? Yes.
Me too.
No. And then a nice guy like Drew Brees comes forward yesterday.
Right.
A good guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And
everybody loves him.
I've got to say, as a fan of his rival team, what he said in the clip that we're going to play, I was just like, yes, yes, I love you. Yes, yes.
Of course, he had to get dismantled for it.
Afterward, yeah.
And I'm sure today we'll get the, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I bet you he will.
How old is he? 40 years old?
Yeah, but nobody can stand up to this. Nobody can stand up to it.
I'm going to say he doesn't.
You're going to say he doesn't. I hope
don't
you're
think
right.
so.
Please be right. I want you to be right.
And I will literally root for him as an individual so hard in his last year in the NFL if he stands up, because check out the egregious thing that he said yesterday in an interview. Oh my gosh.
Everyone is looking back now at Kaepernick's protests from a few years ago, and obviously they were always about police brutality, and now it's coming back to the fore, and a lot of people expect that we will see players kneeling again even when the NFL season starts. I'm curious how you think the NFL will and should respond to that, and of course you're such a leader in the league. What is your responsibility as a leader in times like this for the rest of your teammates and players in the league?
Well, I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country.
Thank you.
Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States. I envision my two grandfathers who fought for this country during World War II, one in the Army and one in the Marine Corps, both risking their lives to protect our country and to try to make our country and this world a better place. So every time I stand with my hand over my heart, looking at that flag and singing the national anthem, that's what I think about. And in many cases, it brings me to tears, thinking about all that has been sacrificed, not just those in the military, but for that matter, those throughout the civil rights movements of the 60s, and everyone and all that has been endured by so many people up until this point. And is everything right with our country right now? No, it's not. We still have a long way to go. But I think what you do by standing there and showing respect to the flag with your hand over your heart is it shows unity. It shows that we are all in this together. We can all do better, and that we are all part of the solution.
That's great stuff. That, of course, he got bludgeoned for. Immediately, some of his own players called him ignorant for saying that. Said he don't know no better. Then LeBron James had to sound off because when you want wisdom, you go to LeBron James.
Yeah, we got an all caps wow out of
wow,
LeBron.
Man. Shut up.
Oh gosh.
Shut up. He doesn't understand. You still don't understand? Yeah. Of course he understands. Better than you do. The ignorant ones are the ones who are saying Kaepernick wasn't about the flag. It wasn't anything about the flag. Bull crap, it wasn't. He has said multiple times it was. Colin Kaepernick has said it was about the flag. I can't take it. I can't take it. But, you know, the universal backlash on this from some of his own teammates, and then LeBron James and all the guys who consider themselves the arbiters of everything that's good and right, and certainly a civil right in this country, they'll come down on him like a ton of bricks. And if he doesn't back down, I will be extremely proud.
He's going to get booed
and a
in
really
his
huge
own
fan.
stadium, I bet. Huh?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, there's going to be one way or another.
They can't boo Drew Brees on his last season.
I mean, there might be some in the crowd.
There might be.
Oh, wait, there is no. Wait, we don't know. Never mind. Maybe there's no crowd. Who knows? But that's gonna. No matter what he says now, that locker room's gonna be toxic for the Saints. Yep. He even participated in Blackout Tuesday, I'd like to point out, but that doesn't matter now.
Did he really?
Because he respects the flag. Yeah. So.
And he said good things about the country.
Yeah. So you can't be doing. Don't be praising this country and what we've done and accomplished. He even praised the civil rights movement in the 60s.
Yeah, he did.
Not enough.
Oh, not nearly
Not enough because you respect the flag.
Yeah, you have to conform to all of their edicts. You have to comply with their will completely.
So what if I do 99 out of 100 and I just don't kneel?
That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
Okay, but I'm doing everything but kneeling.
But you must also kneel. You must kneel.
No, I think that's a sign of disrespect for the flag.
But it doesn't matter.
I'm doing everything
ignorant.
else. Everything else. I'm not going to. My grandfathers, they fought in world. What?
Sorry, we got to drum you out of the league.
One was in the Army and one was in
Sorry,
the
you can't have your last year now. You can't.
What, I can't play now?
No, you can't play.
Wait.
You just can't play now. This year. Last year was your last year.
Do I get my
you're
NFL
retired.
pension? My
Consider
retirement?
yourself. No, you don't. Consider yourself retired, and you'll have to just get by on what you've been paid.
Played for like
it's too late.
17 years.
Shut up.
Wait, you know who I am?
I do. Shut up.
Seriously, that's exactly how
the mob will make him pay for this. They will make him pay.
Yep.
All right. Here's something you may not know about your dog's food. That dry kibble stuff, there's nothing alive in it. It's been sterilized. It's all the good stuff has been killed. So there's no nutrients in it because they've been burned out of it. It has to last a really long time on the shelf, so it has to be sterilized. Well, Rough Greens VitaSmart puts back into your dog's food all that good stuff, the vitamins and minerals, the digestive enzymes, probiotics, omega oils, antioxidants, and all of this stuff promotes healthy skin and coat for your dog, and it improves their digestive system. And the best thing, they are going to love it. They will gobble it up. They really will. Take the Rough Greens 14-Day Jumpstart Challenge today. It's just $14.95, and you'll see the difference in your dog in 14 days or less. If you want to see your dog thrive again, just go to roughgreens.com/blaze. That's RUFF greens.com/blaze. Got some tweets here from 2020 is a nightmare. And ain't that the truth? Sports won't be fun now anyway. Not with what's going on. I disagree with that. I need those 3 hours on Saturday afternoons to get my mind off it. Just get lost in a football game and forget about it.
Yeah. Or a professional
gotta have it.
Cornhole match.
Whatever.
Yeah, ESPN's been playing those.
Have they? You know what else ESPN is doing? Speaking of ESPN, they're starting to play movies, Disney movies. Was it Saturday? They had Cool Runnings on.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, now you guys are just out of ideas. Come on. Really? You're copping out to movies? All right.
By the way, though, speaking of cornhole, hi, Drew Brown, professional cornhole player who is now following us here on the show. So
because we played cornhole
I
a few times?
may or may not have. We've played cornhole several times, and
okay,
he said hi. So there you go.
Hi back at you.
Yeah, and he was in a big tournament this past weekend.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, the stakes are so high in cornhole that professional cornhole, I can't even imagine the pressure.
Seriously, it's like watching professional bowling where like every roll is a strike.
Yeah, they throw them all into the hole.
Right.
Don't they?
It's amazing.
All right, the tweet continued. I haven't even gotten through it. The teams, teams will use it as a podium for their political stances. In the NFL, that will happen. In college football, not so much. Thinking they will still have an audience. The only thing not pushing politics on us all the time is NASCAR.
And cornhole.
Thank
you.
And college football.
Hockey.
That's why I like college football better. They're not, they're not just in it for the money. That's the love of the game. I love that about college football.
Yeah, and nobody's been kneeling in the NHL either.
Which is great.
Mm-hmm. But boy, the NBA and NFL, those are going to be fun.
Oh, the NBA, can you imagine? Oh man.
It's going to be like one guy standing out of like the 20 or so players or whatever it is.
And that one guy will be beaten into submission into kneeling. Especially if it's a white guy. You can't stand up to the mob anymore.
I just thought of something.
You can't.
Stick with me here for a second. I went to the Hawks game in Oklahoma City back in January, back when the world was semi-normal. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that none of the players standing there during the national anthem had their hand over their heart except for Vince Carter. Okay? Now, he's been in the league for, 20-something years now?
I like Vince Carter.
Exactly. And I just had this horrific thought. He's played his last game.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the way it should...
Yeah, he's out of the NBA now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the Badger... where did Dr. Fauci run off to?
I don't want to know, man.
I think he had
Leave him be.
He has stuff to do now. Does he not care about people spreading coronavirus anymore? No, he doesn't. Because can you imagine if Fauci was out and somebody would ask him, hey, what do you think of the social distancing being done with the looters and rioters? What do you think of that? Or just the protesters? The protesters who were standing around mingling together. What kind of second wave is this going to bring on? Or is it over now? It must be over because CNN doesn't even mention it now.
Yeah. And I can't
They don't even mention it.
Well, and I can't wait to get to the article later as to health experts have told us why it's okay to be out in the streets right now, but it wasn't okay to be out in the streets a week ago. Yeah, when you were protesting
they have told us?
Yeah. So we have scientific minds have weighed in.
Okay.
And that's good stuff. Oof, yeah.
Do we have video on that? Or?
No, it's an article. It's an
article.
It's the back of your stack right there. It's got the pink on it there. Yeah, from the Blaze, we got this.
And so I'll find out here.
Oh, yeah.
Why it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Science.
All right, we'll finish up. We haven't even gotten through the first tweet yet.
This is good stuff.
Dozens of public health and disease experts said the risk of contracting COVID-19 at large protests shouldn't deter people from demonstrating against racism. Citing an open letter penned by the health experts, white supremacy...
seriously, I have never literally laughed out loud at an article the way I did this one.
White supremacy is a lethal public health issue that predates and contributes to COVID-19. Okay, that's a scientific opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got scientists' consensus. Like, how many scientists signed this letter?
Stop it. That is just freaking asinine.
Oh, it's terrible.
According to Slate, the letter said protests shouldn't be viewed primarily as potentially adding to coronavirus cases, but rather as a tool to promote public health as protests address the paramount public health problem of pervasive racism. Yes. We express solidarity and gratitude toward demonstrators who have already taken on enormous personal risk to advocate for their own health, the health of their communities, and the public health of the United States. Okay, so they're not spreading this disease, not wearing their masks, and jamming together by the thousands. They're not killing anybody, but Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is killing people by suggesting they might take hydroxychloroquine.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take it. I just cannot take it.
I got something else for you that you're not going to be able to take. Because I had just checked the old Twitter feed of one Drew Brees of the New Orleans Saints.
And the apology has already happened, hasn't it?
Vita Bodine makes me aware.
I knew it!
Drew Brees.
Told you.
7:22 a.m. Central Time tweeted out, I would like to apologize.
Love to say I told you so.
To my friends, teammates, the city of New Orleans, the black community, NFL community.
Thank you,
and
Drew.
anyone I hurt with my comments yesterday.
LeBron James.
And speaking with some of you.
I'm so sorry, King James. I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
It breaks my heart to know the pain I have caused in an attempt to talk about respect, unity, and solidarity centered around the American flag and the national anthem. I made comments that were insensitive and completely missed the mark on the issues we are facing right now as a country. They lacked awareness and any type of compassion or empathy. Instead, those words have become divisive and hurtful, and
I don't care. He needs to retire now.
There's like literally
Bye-bye, Drew.
6 more paragraphs.
Bye-bye. I told you.
Now I can go against the Saints again. Yeah.
Nobody can stand up to the mob.
Pat Gray.
888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Where are the men? Where are the men in this country that can stand up to the mob? Can anybody stand up to the mob? Nope. Nope, not now. Not even Drew Brees. Drew Brees. Is there a more respected player in the NFL than Drew Brees? Everybody loves him. Doesn't even matter what team you play for. Doesn't matter who you root for. Who doesn't like? Nobody doesn't like Drew Brees. Just like Sarah Lee. Same thing.
All right, yeah.
Guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame 5 years from now. Well, not 6 years from now, because he's going to play this year, apparently. Now he might as well just go home. Just go home and rest and let Taysom Hill take over.
I see now. Now I see.
I was fine with it until this. Now he's already... Okay, yesterday took a strong stand for America, for the flag, for the anthem, for the military. Against this Colin Kaepernick bull crap that it's some noble cause. It isn't. First of all, it's built on a faulty foundation where they're claiming people were killed unjustly by the police who weren't. Some have been. Certainly George Floyd was. I think Eric Garner in New York, who was also strangled to death, was killed unjustly by police. But a lot of the ones that they allude to, I'm sorry, they just didn't happen the way you say they did. Mm-hmm. And then they accuse Drew Brees of ignorance. They're the ones who are ignorant about this stuff and need to look into it and do a little research on this.
And for the record, just a quick sampling of the responses to his Instagram post. Nobody likes Drew Brees now.
Oh.
They're saying it's a fake apology, or it's too late.
Fake apology?
Or it's too late for this. You had your chance to
too late for
to
this.
People that said, why can't you stand up to the mob?
My gosh.
Like, now he has no fans now, effectively. Just right now.
Seriously, go home. Let Taysom Hill take over.
And but here's a quote that you always reference from Colin Kaepernick back in 2016. Quote, "I am not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color."
Yeah, and that's only one of them, because I know he's done this several times. And they keep saying it's not about the flag. Yes, it is. He has specifically said it is. So don't tell me that Colin Kaepernick's protest isn't about the flag or isn't anti-American. It is. And there's been I just read an article last night that it's not patriotic what Colin Kaepernick. So what? There's things more important than patriotism. Well, okay. Social justice, civil rights. But that's not what Colin Kaepernick is all about. First, again, Colin Kaepernick is built on a faulty foundation. His whole protest is. Does he have some points? Yes. But you know what? So do other people. So do white people at the hands of bad cops. Why does nobody in this country know the name Tony Timpa? Tony Timpa was a white guy who actually called 911 for help.
Yeah. He called the police to help him because...
And this happened 4 years ago.
Right, here in Dallas.
4 years ago.
Didn't hear about it until yesterday myself.
Dallas, Texas. We heard about it a couple of days ago.
Okay.
But you can't believe this video. It is so heartbreaking because the cops are laughing about it the whole time. They're mocking him, and they're laughing at him. Now, he called them for help. I forget what the deal was. He was on
scared.
medication or something?
Well, he was off his
scared.
medication.
He was off his medication, and he's got some mental health issues. Mm-hmm. So he called 911. Yeah. They came, and I don't know if they thought he was unruly. He winds up on the ground, cuffed, with his hands behind his back.
Yeah, because he had schizophrenia and depression. Says, I need help. And then they showed up.
And they helped him. They helped him to leave the planet.
Yeah.
Is what happened. And you've not heard this guy's name. He's white. So it apparently doesn't matter.
No, now I get it.
Maybe we should hold up signs white lives don't matter, because nobody knows this story. Nobody talked about this. Nobody protested in the streets. I've never even heard of it till this week.
Correct.
Watch this. This is heart-wrenching and very disturbing. So just be advised.
I don't know that they're
they're not ready with it?
Nope, trying to still get it absorbed here into the system. But we've got but the body camera footage even came out a year ago. Still didn't hear about this. That shows the cops mocking and laughing at him.
Somehow Matt Walsh found it and posted it. And that's when I first heard of it.
Right, so that's what's given its legs this week.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well, as soon as we get that.
It's unbelievable. As the cops mock him for where he lives in a wealthy area, I guess. They mocked him for the shoes he's wearing. He passes out, and they mock him for that.
They have him face down, pinned, and sitting on his back.
They tell him, wake up, it's time for school. Tony, it's time for school. Wake up. And they're laughing at him. Several cops.
Yeah. And paramedics show up, and they go, he's flatlined. He's dead, guys. And the cops are like, well, I hope we didn't do that. And then one of the cops are like, oh, so now it's we. Huh.
And then the guy who did it says, well, I hope I didn't kill him. You did. But nobody apparently cared. I don't know that anything was done with these guys because nobody ever heard about it. So was there any pressure brought to bear ever on them? I don't think so. Not that I know of anyway. It's just a really... So Tony Timpa was killed in the same, almost exact same way as George Floyd was. And why don't we know about this? Why haven't we heard about it? Why weren't there riots over this? Is his life less important than George Floyd's? Each of them apparently had some issues, and both of them are dead, killed by cops, bad police work. You know what would be nice is if they'd stop cutting off people's airflow. That might be a really good idea, to stop kneeling on the backs and throats of people.
Yeah, and Tony Timpa had his handcuffs and his legs both restrained. There was no way he was fighting back, and they had him face down for, 10 minutes? 14 minutes.
And then he's completely out. And he doesn't move for about the last 4 or 5 of those minutes. And they continue to joke and laugh.
I mean, can you restrain someone?
Rather than flip him over and make sure he's still okay and breathing, why wouldn't you do that? I don't understand it in George Floyd's case, and I don't understand it in Tony Timpa's case.
If you've got these guys restrained and they're not going anywhere, is it the only way we can restrain people is by pinning them and blocking their airway?
They already had them restrained. Put them in the back of the squad car. Let's go downtown. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? Put him in the back of the squad car if he's under arrest and take him downtown. In both cases, why wouldn't you do that? It's a lack of humanity. It's really sad. It's really heart-wrenching. And it's heart-wrenching. We've never heard that story, the story of Tony Timpa here in Dallas. Really sad. Tragic. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
And with all the bad, though, there have been some glimmers of hope from some individuals, during these riots and protests around the country. So, there's still some good people out there in America.
We got some videos of them. There's a park full of white people raising their hands.
Oh wait, yeah, that's
and vowing to change their evil ways.
That doesn't fall under the category of what I was saying. These people.
No, this is really good, Keith. It's like Drew Brees. He realizes
about racism,
how bad he's hurt people.
Oh, look at that!
And then look at that.
Hands raised. Listen to these chants. Listen.
I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible.
Hey, this is creepy.
And do everything in my power to educate my community.
Where is this? Do you know? What city?
I think it's Maryland. I think it's Bethesda.
I will love my black neighbors.
Oh, I think you're right.
My white ones.
That is embarrassing.
It's so
That's embarrassing.
absurd.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry that I'm white. Please forgive me for being born white.
I am a bad person because of my skin color.
Yep.
I am sorry I actually said I love the flag in this country and the military. I apologize to LeBron James for the hurt that I've caused. I'm so sorry that I said anything and stuck up for my country. I'm so sorry. I did the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
Can we now see some heroes?
Yeah. Who did you have in mind?
All right, let's go with the black woman with the brick. I think this is in Dallas. Where
thank goodness.
So
there are some black people standing up for the
so you've got this
rightness
a
right
black
now.
woman and a black man. This is before the video starts. They're walking down the street.
Is she the one stopped on the street being asked to kneel?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So what happens is a car full of white people, instigators, if you will, they show up and they hand a brick. They shove it into a black guy's hand, basically saying, "Hey,
go throw bricks through windows."
And so the friend of the black guy, the black lady, runs back to the car with said brick, and this is what happens. Excuse me.
Don't give no group of black men no brick that don't do nothing, all right? Push the up. Go home. Why would you give that to them? They're going to get in trouble. You stupid.
Yeah. And then she continues to berate them.
Good.
You're trying to get this man killed. This is my friend. What are you doing coming down here into our neighborhood and doing this? I love the brick that she hands back to the white chick. She's like, I'm sorry. All right there, Antifa wannabe. Look at this.
Bless you for doing that.
Yep.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Somebody taking a stand and showing these whites who are trying to instigate problems what morons they are.
Now the other hero
that is awesome
that I want to draw your attention to, let's see. She got a powerful message. What was her name?
Desiree Barnes.
Yeah, Desiree Barnes, who should be the mayor of New York City, had this to say to rioters in her neighborhood.
These are people who live in public housing, and you just made a melee. You took down bus routes. There are people who live in this neighborhood who have to go back uptown to work, and you are here profiting off of our pay. So you protest every single last one of you. You think about what it's like to be a black woman in this neighborhood who lives with people in public housing.
Pause it for a second. I think when it cuts out, I think she said in this fun neighborhood. Because it looked like her mouth was forming an F.
Yeah.
So you don't know what it's like to live in this fun neighborhood.
Well, I think it's funning. Funning.
Okay. Funning neighborhood?
Yeah.
All right, let's see the rest of it.
To walk through, who bag your groceries, who drop off your food, who defend you, who go uptown to a hospital to serve this community. So as you're out here, be responsible. Have a plan. You can protest all you want, but the I just saw take place. I know there are people out here, homeless people, who rely on those banks to charge their phone.
That's so great.
And you think it's okay to take down a neighborhood? You don't see corporations here. There are human beings that live in this neighborhood.
Funny.
You do this in Harlem, you do this in Brooklyn, and I swear on everything. These people in this neighborhood deserve better. And I'm not talking about the gentrification. I'm not talking about the students who come here and pay cash to go to NYU. I am talking about the people who go to a methadone clinic down the street. And you think this is a protest? I gave my blood, sweat, and tears for this country. I served this country for 10 years. So when you think about this anger and this rage, because there's a way to get answers, every single last one of you better be registered to vote. Every single last one of you.
We are. Yeah.
So do me a favor for every single
White
person
people.
out here
That's great.
protesting,
Yep.
Remember,
Whiteys,
there's
morons.
3 homeless men who rely on
Unreal.
that as a charging station. And what? Will it even work now? For the sake of what? So you can go back home to your comforts. Sit in your house and think that you did work today.
Tremendous.
There are people out here who work in these bodegas, who are security officers, who are maybe not descendants of slavery, but came over here as immigrants to do their jobs. And you created an unsafe environment.
Shut up and listen to her.
And I am tired of it. I don't care how you decide to organize and protest. But you don't riot. You don't burn my neighborhood. I am a resident here.
Pause it for a second. Yeah, but the white guy's writing Black Lives Matter on the sidewalk, so everything's fine, right? they can go ahead and burn down the black businesses in that area. But he wrote Black Lives Matter in chalk on the sidewalk. So I don't know what she's upset about. Oh, we got to hear the rest of this.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal.
This resident doesn't look like any of you. Because she is black. She has a right to be mad. But when you come in here with your privilege and you take down resources that my community needs, these houses, these buildings are dilapidated because we don't have patrons here. There are immigrants who built a eyebrow-threading studio. And we got spray paint on there. So you want to do something? Make sure you're registered to vote. So fire, and you better pass it on to all of your friends. You stay out of our neighborhoods and you take this to the corporations, you take it to Wall Street, but you don't come on this block. Period. This is a neighborhood with
You had me till
immigrants.
then.
Yeah, I don't think she said
Had me
destroy
till then.
Wall Street.
And you
Yeah.
should treat it as
Just
such.
protest on Wall Street. I'm fine with that.
Let's just give her the
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's right. It's like Russian dash cam videos.
Yeah.
Nobody was harmed in the making of this. That is powerful.
Desiree Barnes for mayor of New York City.
She took them to school.
Yeah, and
Wow.
you made the point. Every single person, because they kept doing a 360 shot,
White.
as she white.
Every
White
one of them.
came to her neighborhood to trash it.
Good for her. That was powerful.
Yeah.
And hopefully enlightening to those morons, to the buffoons who are setting her neighborhood on fire. Wow. Really nice job there.
Yep.
888-900-3393. She also talked about the homeless and how they're using those charging stations for the things that they have and for electricity. They're also attacking homeless people.
Oh yeah, they set that
They're
guy's
burning their belongings. They're beating on them. I've seen several videos where they've just been attacked.
Yep.
Brutally attacked.
In Austin, they made a bonfire out of a guy's entire possessions.
Horrible.
It was horrible.
All right. Here is the video that we were talking about a few minutes ago with Tony Timpa, who was a white guy killed 4 years ago in Dallas.
Tony.
By police. Listen to this.
Is he asleep?
No.
He's snoring.
Why don't you check? Why don't you check?
Yeah, he's asleep.
If he's asleep, check him.
Pulse.
As the officers make jokes about waking up Timpa, a paramedic administers a powerful sedative.
Tony!
What? Pause it for a second. Okay, you're seeing this scene right here. Guy's completely out.
Not moving.
Why would you give him a sedative?
Right? I don't understand that either.
All right, go.
Wake up. I don't want to go to school.
They're mocking him here. Mocking him.
Sitting on his back all the while.
Yeah.
Tony.
This big cop.
We bought you new shoes for the
Knee
first
right in
day of
his
school.
back.
Come on.
Made breakfast, scrambled eggs, your favorite.
What waffles?
Waffles.
Fruity Tooty Fruity waffles.
Are you for real, man?
I think he's out cold now.
Yeah, this might wake him up.
My gosh. There's the sedative.
All of a sudden, just bloop.
The dark him.
Oh, there he comes.
I wonder if maybe you should check on him because
No one has checked his pulse this entire time. Oh my Gosh.
Disturbing and heart-wrenching.
Is that Narcan? Oh, the Green Oaks cocktail, like
Officers lift him onto a gurney. His body's limp, his eyes partially open. Officer Dustin Dillard asks if he's still breathing, which, by the way, the answer was no.
He ain't dead, is he?
Nah, he just moved.
Oh, okay.
I think.
No, he didn't move.
He didn't just die down there, did he?
They're even asking the question.
Oh,
yeah, he did.
Is he breathing?
Now listen to this.
Hope I didn't kill him.
Hope I didn't kill him. Yeah, pretty.
I love how this became a we. Yeah. We ain't friends.
Okay. I mean, that's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. Laughing, joking,
should not be
mocking him.
Should not be public service.
They're asking the question so they realize the guy hasn't moved. He's out cold. You still have your giant knee right in his back. His hands are cuffed behind him, which already makes things difficult breathing wise. And then you realize, hey, he hasn't moved in a long time, huh? You don't think he's dead, do you? Is he still breathing? I don't know. Why don't you check?
It's enraging.
Wow. 4 years ago, and Tony Timpa, of course, was killed.
Yeah. Keep in mind.
We have no idea until this week. I had no idea. I've never heard that story.
Keep in mind, this happened in Dallas. We live in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
We follow this kind of news stuff on a daily basis as our job.
Yes.
We did not hear anything about this.
It's despicable. And why? Well, because he's white. There were no riots. Not that I want there to be. But how about a protest? How about somebody standing on the street corner? Had we heard about it?
Yeah, if you don't know it happened.
Wow.
It's just so sad.
Really sad. So he's killed, unmourned, untalked about, completely unnoticed until 4 years pass. And I think the Dallas Morning News is, and as much as I dislike that newspaper and their progressive spin on everything, at least they tried to dig this up for a long time. It took them a while to get the video, and they finally did. They finally obtained the video. And then Matt Walsh found it and posted it. And so now at least we know Tony Timpa was killed as well by police. And we can mourn him. Just really, really a sad and pathetic story. 888-933-93. Ugh, man.
Hey, tomorrow's Frivolous Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Doesn't feel like that right now.
Everything will be better
does it?
By tomorrow morning.
Sure. Yeah, go with that.
We're going to nip all this in the bud, clean up our cities.
And since it didn't help in any way, maybe Drew Brees will withdraw his apology by tomorrow. We could talk about having a little respect for him again.
I think you're right about your other prediction. What was it?
He's going to start kneeling for the national anthem with his teammates.
I think you're right.
Watch that happen.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.